Okay. Look, sometimes you need the faith. Sometimes you need to know your worth. Sometimes you need to wait. Shoot like the golden boy, but ain't from the bay. You can't negotiate with Drake. You gon' have to pay. But wait, jugging on the main stage. The mainframe, loosen up your face, baby. Sometimes I need a vacate, meditate, hydrate, protect my energy before engagement.
Grew up having nothing, you're labeled impatient.
Today, from U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, it's Week 3 of the NFL on EA Sports.
A very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. Today, it's Week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Tennessee Titans and the Minnesota Vikings. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
First and 10. At their own 26-yard line.
Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And right away, they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers putting up their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, here's Cousins. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Cousins to his tight end, Rudolph, for a Viking first down.
I love the durability of Kyle Rudolph. He hasn't missed a game for the Vikings since 2014. Always on the field, always contributing. They keep calling him a dependable target. He can be that and more. And remember, in the overtime win against New Orleans in the playoffs last year, who caught the game-winning touchdown? That guy right there, Kyle Rudolph.
3-yard pickup.
There are the numbers for Cook from a week ago. 21 carries, 104 yards.
The way they ran the ball in last week's game has to be satisfying to their entire staff because they're seeing not just a back gain big yardage, but they're seeing an offensive line really in sync.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. They'll run it. Here's Cook. Just bowling over tacklers. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 12 yards there. First down, Vikings. That's his longest run of the first quarter. And, Charles, we talked before the game about them needing to establish the run game. They'll be looking for more of that.
And they got to the perimeter. So that tells me that that's part of the game plan of what they want to get done today. So they'll have some complimentary runs where he'll run it to the inside. But it appears that when they want the big yardage, they think they can get to the outside and make it happen.
At the Titans' 36-yard line.
Cousins able to find Jefferson here complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 26. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
First and 10 at the 20.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
First carry for the Boise State Bronco, Alexander Madison. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's been a pretty long opening drive. This will be play number 11 coming up on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. 4th down now as the Titans defense holds up in coverage. So 2 third-down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with 4th down.
On for the field goal, a 42-yard attempt.
And this one's going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish its... Up to start a game, that has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points.
At their own
Tannehill and the Titans come up now 1st and 10 at their own 27. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. In a word, I would say productive, finding the end zone 3 different times.
Is it possible that you're really underselling it? 3 touchdowns, just going to call him productive?
Yeah, what do you want?
This guy had a nose for the end zone.
He was good.
Had a snoot full, didn't he? How about that? Big-time game.
On 2nd down, it's Henry, and he'll be brought down right around the 37. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
A 4-yard pickup on the play. 1st down, Tennessee.
Running jet sweep here, Humphreys. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Carried by the...
Well, I sure wouldn't be surprised if we see more of this as this game goes on, because we know they like to use their wideouts either on quick throws or on jet sweeps like what we just saw there. And to say that that one worked well, partner, that's stating the obvious.
And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time.
Anthony Barr brought him down.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards.
And
from Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10, down at the 31. A shotgun handoff to Henry. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Nice job there defensively to clamp down, because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive is gone.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty, no question there.
You don't think they spent a couple seconds mulling over what the penalty
I
would
don't
do
even know
for
why
them?
they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Extra point good by Gostkowski, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Now this will make it into the end zone, and Abdullah will not try to bring it out.
At their own 25.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll start by handing it off to Dalvin Cook. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Daquan Jones in on the tackle there. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And it's incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Intended for Adams.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Well, nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And it'll be Titan football. A.J. Brown and the Titans getting the ball back here. The early returns for him, very good to start this season. Interesting to see if he can keep up that torrid pace.
Yeah, when you're talking about averaging 100 yards a game as a receiver, extrapolate that over 16 games, and you're having a monster season. So, yeah, you love what he's doing early, but I think he's got to go back to the offseason, doesn't it? He's got to go back to the roots, spending time with the guy who's going to throw the ball to him, spending time watching tape, spending time reading defenses, and, of course, getting himself ready to play.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Tannehill with a play fake to Henry. He'll throw instead. Looking here for Smith downfield. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. Now that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
After the penalty, it's Henry. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield.
The ball carrier.
Call it a gain of 5 that time. They'll be left with a 3rd down and about 9 to go.
Yards on the play. And it's 3rd down.
After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
7, Vikings 3.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. The open man is Smith. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A 1st down and then some. Give him 29 yards.
1st down, Titans.
Running from the gun with Henry. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And right side, they're going to go option here. He'll pitch it back. And that's a touchdown, but hold on. There is a flag down on the field. We'll have to see what this is about.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
So erase the red zone score. They'll have to dial that one up again.
And you know how difficult it is to strike in the red zone because things are a little bit more condensed. You got to go back to their play chart and see if they can dial up another one.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
Nice carry there by Derrick Henry. Picks up a 1st down. And when you say workhorse, you're thinking about Derrick Henry. Won the rushing title in 2019 with 1,540 yards on the ground and 16 rushing touchdowns. Went to his first Pro Bowl and carried his team to the AFC Championship game.
It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal. Well, they try to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now. This is kind of one of those in-between plays here, Charles, on 3rd and goal from the 2 or the 3 in that area. What do you dial up?
Something quick hitting. You don't have the time for something that develops slowly. It's got to be right at them if you're going to run the football. If you're going to throw it, something quick, get it out of your hands in a hurry.
Well, let's see what they do. They're knocking on the door here in the 2nd quarter.
And you know what you look at on your play sheet? Your 2-point conversion plays, because you've drawn up a number of them in today's.
And he gets in. Touchdown, Tennessee. Derrick Henry with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Titans are going to add on to their lead. So they went for it from the 1 on 4th and goal, and they got it done.
Is this the new NFL?
This is the new NFL.
This is the updated NFL, and I like it. I know that quarterbacks across the league have spent the entire offseason and even during the season lobbying their coaches to go for it more on 4th down. Let's go get it. Because nowadays, you've got to score points to win games in the NFL. You can't just rely on your defense to hold them.
I think the quarterbacks want to eliminate field goals inside of 30 yards, probably.
Well, listen, they have enough confidence in themselves that they can call plays and make plays, and they won't need those field goals inside the 30.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
He was brought down at the 28.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
3 brings up second.
Throwing. Cousins. This one brought in by Jefferson.
Cousins pass. Complete to Justin Jefferson.
Charles, you take a look at the draft class for this offense. It's highlighted by a first-round pick who provides a much-needed boost to their offensive line.
And you and I both know it's the kind of pick that doesn't often get a fan base really excited. But I know who is excited. Their quarterback. He won't get hit as much, and that should improve the rest of the offense as well. Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return, and out will come the offense as they take over. So here are the Titans to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Play action, Tannehill. And his throw here is incomplete. The intended target was Corey Coleman. And now it's 2nd down. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. The Titans on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Out of the gun, Tannehill. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 17 yards on that play for the Titans.
It's a gain.
Nice play on the ball by A.J. Brown, and he comes up with the reception. He had a terrific 2019 as a rookie. The first one since 1970 to go over 1,000 yards receiving and average over 20 yards per catch.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 45-yard line.
And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
I remember watching Derrick Henry come out of Alabama and sitting with some scouts, and one of the debate points with him was, while at Bama, how often did he have to deal with contact near the line of scrimmage? They were so good up front that he often got to the 2nd level pretty easily. I think he's starting to answer those questions with ones like that. He's a physical guy.
They were trying to go to Brown once again, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Back to the ground now. It's Henry. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. The Titans on 3rd down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 43. They start the drive with Cook. Some tough running, but it only gets him to the 45.
Ball carrier.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Throwing is Cousins. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Got an open man finding Jefferson. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Cousins finding the rookie Jefferson for a Viking first down. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. 7 yards the pickup there. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Cousins again. And Rudolph has it left side. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
31-yard line.
Again, it's Cousins. Quickly to Thielen here. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards there. First down, Vikings. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Took nearly the entire first half, but a first red zone opportunity for him here. 1st and 10 at the 19. To the air again, it's Cousins. Setting up the screen for Cook. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And it's caught. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings are able to make this a close game again. It seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point, because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
He got into the end zone. A lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. Khalif Raymond now. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Derrick Henry and the rest of the Titans offense about ready to roll again. And no doubt he's come out of the gate strong. Only in week 3, and you see the numbers thus far.
And we always talk about identity, setting a tone, you know, getting the groundwork laid for the season or for a game. And that's what they've done with the running game so far. It reminds me of when I first went to the University of Tennessee. And believe it or not, I was a quarterback for a day and a half. And the first practice session, the first play we ran was 28 pitch, which is a toss sweep. I remember the offense coordinator saying, that's our identity. That's our bread and butter. That's the basis of our offense. We got to get that down right here, right now. I think we're seeing some of that in this running game here.
So did you not get that down, and that's why you were moved to the defense, or what?
I don't know for that reason, but I do know I saw a couple of guys throw, and immediately they were saying, you know, you need to learn how to backpedal.
Hey, you turned into a heck of a DB, though, partner. From the gun on 3rd down, Tannehill uncorks one for Davis. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Some boos coming down right now from this home crowd after that call.
Yeah, and that was because of the pass interference call. But for a second there, I thought maybe they'd gotten a look at my appearance as Othello in the high school play.
You were Othello? And that is caught by Davis for a Tennessee touchdown. Corey Davis in the final seconds of the first half. And the Titans find a way to stretch their lead.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Well, the white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. Here's Khalif Raymond to return. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Returns. The Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
Here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Back at the 44-yard line.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 13. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. And that'll be intercepted by the Pro Bowl safety Harrison Smith. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind. And we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
Midfield. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Play fake. Cousins. His throw incomplete. Justin Jefferson, the rookie, his intended receiver. But now it's 3rd down.
He was covered by Christian Fulton.
To throw is Cousins. That'll be complete to Cook. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up 4th down.
A short game that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it.
That's double win there, partner. You keep out of the return man's hands, and you pin him inside the 5-yard line. Pretty darn good.
Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
And he'll be stopped up at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call. So no gain on the play. They'll decline the penalty to not give them the down back.
And were you thinking to yourself that maybe they would take the yardage there? Because I definitely was. But as you noted, maybe they're just looking at the downs chart and saying, okay, we're comfortable where we are.
Airing it out deep for Smith. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And the return will stop right around the 25.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
He was covered by Christian Fulton.
A 2nd down throw for Cousins. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They get to him here in the second half. Now they got to come up with a counter to that and maybe do something different.
A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. They'll run on first down. It's Cook. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
They run it again with Cook. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
It's now 3rd and 10.
Cousins now. He's going to get this one down to Cook. And he will not be able to get the first as he can get this only down to the 5. And the Titans going to signal for a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
2-yard attempt.
Bailey's kick is good. And that'll make this an 8-point game. A good drive gets him inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
Khalif Raymond on the return. The Titans take over 1st and 10.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
Now this one complete to Corey Davis. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
13 yards. First down, Tennessee.
From the gun, here's Tannehill. Man open left side is Brown. Then he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Throwing again is Tannehill. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
And that will be incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
On is Kern, the punter, to send this one away. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. That'll go down as just a 20-yard punt. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Play action now. Cousins. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. It's Jeffrey Simmons that time who got in to record the sack. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Cousins gives way to Cook. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. It's a gain of 5, but they're still deep in a hole. 15 yards still to go on 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down.
Now Cousins. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Here's Jackson to return. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Titans are going to start this drive in great field position as they take over 1st and 10. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They'll run it again with Henry. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
Kerry Hyder brought him down. It's a gain of 4. And it's 3rd down.
And we'll return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. Now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. It's the Titans. They've got the football. They'll be looking to extend their lead here as we begin the 4th quarter. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
2 yards.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield.
At their own 20-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm. A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 16 yards, a 1st down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game. Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Rudolph on the receiving end from Cousins. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
At the 50-yard line.
Cousins now from the 50. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
1st down. Here's Cousins. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44.
The tackle made.
But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. They'll throw again. Cousins. High throw, but he makes the catch.
Cousins pass.
That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 8.
Working out of the gun. Cousins firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Beating the tough ones, they run it with a fullback. And he's not going to get the first. I don't even think he made it back to the line of scrimmage. So they'll trudge off the field with a bitter taste in their mouths after that failed 4th down conversion.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of analysis there on the sidelines. Was it the right call? Was it against the right defense? Should they have even gone for it at all? Will that change what they do going forward in this game? A lot of questions to be answered by them. The defense doesn't really care. They're like, bring it on again. We'll stop you the next time, too.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Again, it's Henry. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first.
A big part of a middle linebacker's job is being able to take on blocks and then go make plays. But the best ones, they have those big guys in front of them playing defensive line to hold blockers off of them and allow them to go sideline to sideline and make the big hits.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that's going to make it 4th down.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense. I think in the future, if you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Cousins now to throw on 1st down. And his throw is incomplete. Dalvin Cook is running back the intended target, but it's going to be 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 21-yard line.
From the gun, here's Cousins. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. Jeffrey Simmons picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
That's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath by all means.
A 39-yard punt, a return of 5, and possession will switch hands. 1st and 10.
At their own 30.
A 4th quarter score now from Heinz Field in Pittsburgh. And the Texans have scored. That one's been interesting as they retake the lead. Deshaun Watson, 3 touchdown passes thus far. They'll try and choose some clock with Henry. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage. Use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver, penalty flag had to come out.
There to knock that one away defensively, Eric Kendricks.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time, separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
He'll take a shot for the end zone. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that could be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
It's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That was a good play. An incompletion that feels like a disappointment. The ball was kicked in the air, a chance for an interception, and you can just feel the home crowd coming together thinking, this is the big play we've been looking for. And when it falls to the ground, a little bit of disappointment.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. The rookie Jeff Gladney puts it. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Is it showing things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the red color shirt.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. On 1st and 10, Cousins. He'll dump this off to Cook. That catch good for only a couple. Cousins trying to get his guys up to the line of scrimmage quickly. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
That completion helps out in a nice...
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Jeffrey Simmons in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that'll be just about all she wrote for this one. And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. They'll keep it on the ground. Henry. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the 4th. Tannehill now to throw. And that is incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. He's back to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Cook. And they're able to get this one across the 35. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Cousins to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. That stops with 10 seconds left. He was looking for Quincy Anoon with that time, but it'll be 2nd down. Here's Cousins. He's going to let it fly. And it is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. Incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. One last shot now for Cousins. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for Tennessee, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they will head home next week to take on the
champion, yeah, we here. Yeah, this the winning teams. 6 rings with a pinky ring. Everybody used to pick at me, now I'm the one that they picking. Snakes out, they hissing, but I can't hear when the crowd screams. Still balling like an offspring. This for all the ones that doubted me. Gotta lose once to be a true winner. Only want the hunters with the blues in it. Eating blood across it where the blood thinner. Just stay turned like, you know. I've been through that water like Olympic swimmers. Only bread and butter, what we ate for dinner. So I had to dream it till the dream is bigger. Only want the gold, we don't need the silver. Gotta be number 1, number 2 never count. Used to have bubble guts competition, now point them out. Making my babies proud, wanna call my mama a house. Coming straight out the south, gotta know juice to end the drought. Yeah, I buy like 23. Whoa, won't fall again and I put that on me. Yeah, I feel the way, my heart all on my sleeve. Yeah, that's why I had to put my wrist on freeze. Coming for the win, can't take a